ಇಟ್ಬಿಡೋಣ ಮೂಲೆಗೆ ಅವೆರಡು ಸಮಾನ.
Back home, gathering all the love, affection and holding on to it very tight until we see our families next time. And yes, we do carry back our favorite snacks which we love the most and want them to be preserved so that we enjoy eating them when we feel like. And also when snacks like these tend to start tasting very oily, losing the taste after a few days, which needs to be finished soon. So we prefer freezing them and take out one pack at a time to enjoy them as and when we feel like. Very importantly, ensuring they don't go waste, hence freezing them. We have been away almost for 4 weeks time that the house, even though not used, has accumulated a lot of dust that needs to be cleansed. Also, it's Gowri Ganesha Habba, which is a very big festival for us that we love celebrating at home. There's plenty to do, there is plenty to sort out. So I better get started making a heavy brunch for all of us that can fill us up completely and keeping my energy level high to do all the tasks. A very quick and easy lunch thali with very few ingredients to make potato sabzi, rasam, chapati and rice, for which I have peeled the skin from the potatoes and have a bowl filled with water to let the potatoes swim in and getting washed and not change their color. It's important to chop the potatoes into small sizes which will make them turn crispy and tasty. If it's in a large chunk like this, then I split it up and then chop finely. This way I keep it ready, chopping 3 medium-sized potatoes, which will be sufficient for the family of 4. It's a lot easier using a non-stick pan with a lid that has a steamer option, which will then need very little of oil and time to roast the potatoes. I have a tablespoon of oil, half a teaspoon of cumin seeds, and then I add in the potatoes, draining the water and lifting them up with my hands. If you are not used to do this, then you can drain all the water in the sink beforehand by covering it up with the plate and then add the potatoes, which will be a lot easier. I give a stir and I sprinkle in the salt, giving a quick stir and then covering it up with the lid. The process of cooking remains the same of whatever vessel you choose to use, but when using a lid with the steamer option, it helps in getting the potatoes cooked evenly, creating moisture. This way the potatoes get cooked in 8 minutes time. This is when I add salt to taste, a teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder, a teaspoon of MTR garam masala to be coated well, and then a tablespoon of freshly grated coconut and finely chopped coriander leaves. It takes only 10 minutes of your time to make the sabzi, which tastes really good with hot rice, ghee and also with chapatis and bread. Now I'm making a very tasty rasam, which is our very favorite at home. We actually call this as Venkamatte Saru, as this was taught by one of our great ancestor who was named Venkamatte, and this Saru rasam has taken over her name, and why not? Credits are a must and should go to the right person, isn't it? Into a pan, I have added in a tablespoon of oil, a teaspoon of cumin seeds, 3 to 4 garlic cloves, 2 green chilies cut lengthwise, 1 large tomato chopped into squares, freshly ground peppercorns around 10. Keeping the mortar on the folded napkin and covering it up with your fingers over the mortar helps in looking after the kitchen surface, and also the peppercorn will not bounce off but remain inside. Adding in the freshly ground pepper will make the rasam taste all good. And then I add in 1/8 teaspoon of turmeric powder, allowing them to sizzle at least for 30 seconds time. And then I add in the tur dal water first. And then with the help of the back of the ladle, I mush up the tur dal further. And then I add it into the pan. When the tur dal is completely mushed, the rasam will taste very good. Checking the consistency of the rasam and allowing it to come to a good boiling point. Adding in salt to taste, a teaspoon of freshly grated coconut and finely chopped coriander leaves. You can also call this rasam as garlic and pepper rasam if you wish to. I've set the pressure cooker to cook rice now, and parallelly I'm going to make chapatis. I have the dough ready, which has been resting for 2 hours time. I roll into small discs, applying very little of oil. that I smear, and then I fold up into triangle to make big size chapati, which will be layered. I smear very little of oil onto the chapati to be cooked on both the sides. Summer holidays are still on, so kids are at home, and this makes it very interesting as we are now enjoying breakfast, lunch and dinners together.
ನಿಂಗೆ ಸಾರು ಬೇಕಾ ಚಪಾತಿಗೆ? ನಾನು ಚಪಾತಿಗೂ ಸಾರು ತಿಂತೀನಿ, ಅನ್ನಕ್ಕೂ ಸಾರು ತಿಂತೀನಿ. ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಹೊಡ್ಲಿ ಕಪ್ನಾಗ? ನೀವು ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ರಿ, ನಾ ಬಡ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು.
It's still really warm outside. Luckily, the summer months are still feeling like summer, nice and hot, that we are still enjoying the food outside. And now comes the very interesting bit of dusting, cleaning, clearing after all the lazy holidays, after a big holiday. I am not very big fan of hoovering the house, but here is a parcel that I have received from Proscenic i10 Cordless vacuum cleaner, and the name itself, with it being cordless, makes it all interesting for me. No more tangles of the wires and the effort to pull those wires, making it all heavy and difficult to move. This pack has just a few elements, making it all easy to assemble and get started. A lovely bright and blue color, with the dust container being transparent, which actually is a great element to see all the efforts very clearly visible, is what I think. Wall mount charging point to different types of brush accessories, including a metal extension tube. To a very straightforward and easy assemble that literally took less than a minute's time to get started. I love the household products when it's as easy as this Proscenic i10 cordless vacuum cleaner. I connect the charging point to a socket and use the space behind the doors, which is in L-shaped. This is an excellent area in a room to actually fit in things, and I'm planning to use this for good to keep the charging point at ease to reach out to, and also keeping it covered at the same time. And when it comes to connecting anything as such, I always need my husband's help to get the job done for me. We preferred using the command wall mount sticker and placing the charging point at 90 degrees on the wall. It works perfect and looks very neat with everything in one place. And the door opens wide without even disturbing the vacuum cleaner at the back. You do not have to have a separate utility space to store things. Small houses can be kept neat and looking tidy by using it to the most this way. Connecting to get charging. The vacuum cleaner is fully charged now with green light indicating ready to use. It is super light in weight, and all I do is press this button. It works with auto mode by default. These are 3 levels of suction power in total. Pressing the touchscreen display panel on mode to adjusting the power level, quiet mode, auto mode and powerful mode. So here I begin, very easy to operate and move around. The light function helps to see what's on the floor level standing upright, and the excellent feature is the V-Boost technology detecting the flow types. The suction power automatically adjusts to max when detecting a carpet and returns to normal level on hard floor. No more switching settings to adjust cleaning power. And I'm really happy about this. What I struggled the most is cleaning this carpet, which wasn't very easy at all with my previous vacuum cleaner. I found it really difficult to even move. But now with this Proscenic i10 cordless vacuum cleaner, I'm able to clean the carpet not just easily, but also helping for it to bounce back with its fluffiness. I can easily change and switch to the round suction tip, helping to clean the sofa and the deep within holes. This round tip turns around, moving its head to the direction needed. Best way to clean the sofas after weeks. With it being wireless, it's so easy to operate, and then switching it over to the long flat suction tip to get into that slot of the sofas, which is very difficult to reach to clean. Back to cleaning the floor surface, and with my kitchen being large in size to move around, I'm loving it, with it being so easy to just move in any direction that I want to, from back to forward, from side to side. It's empowered by high efficiency 350 watts motor that i10 can generate up to 25,000 PA suction to effectively clean away any tough mess. It's compact in size but not in quality and suction power. It is the best budget choice for everyone who is looking for a vacuum cleaner. With 8 2200 milliamps large capacity batteries installed, the i10 can run up to 50 minutes, sufficient to clean the entire house in one go. And now I can easily move around under the dining table chairs. Isn't this amazing? To even cleaning the carpet stays is truly easy as it is seen. I'm leaving a link of this amazing product Proscenic i10 cordless vacuum cleaner that I highly recommend with all the details in the description box, so please make sure to check it. With the whole house now being cleansed with ease, I still have a lot of energy that is saved up to work for a bit more longer for the day. With the big festival of Gowri Ganesha that we want to welcome both of them, I'm making a little arrangement and creating space in this puja room, which is also used as a study. This festival indeed needs a lot of space, so let's see how much I can manage. I think festival time is the best time that we make sure to clean every little surface and shine up all the pieces at home. We do end up gathering all that energy without even realizing how much we can do. With the whole area of this puja room now cleansed and dusted, I'm planning to make some very easy decorative idea for this festival that any of you can do. Not necessarily one has to have the art and skill of a craftsmanship. I'm using a cloth piece. You can use any color of your choice. Slightly stiff material will work good than a soft one. I have just used my hand measurement and folding up the cloth to cut. This way I gather these cloth strips, and now that I have them all cut, I'm using a needle and a thread to make flowers. I fold the cloth in half, in which way I will know the center line that I can work on, piercing the needle at a little distance front and back, just like a running stitch. This is also the best way where we can sit down after all the work and physical movement to just relax and work with elements which can ease you off. Once you're done with the stitch, time to pull the strings and then secure the ends by stitching them together. And then finishing off by tying a knot, but I cut the string towards the needle end, in which way you will have the string with flowers ready to hang up. I continue making more flowers to hang up onto the ceiling. These flowers, once made and ready, you can use them for any occasions, for birthday parties at home to festivals too. You can use them in different ways. Today, for this festival, I'm planning to use them hanging up onto the ceiling in the study. I'm using a candle to seal the ends of the fabric, which otherwise the threads will keep coming out and will not look neat. So what I do is hold a little section at a time and quickly move in which way the fabric end is sealed by slightly burning it off. But it's important to be quick as we don't want the fabric to change its color. Also, this step is only for adults as we are used to working with flame whilst cooking. Shreya has trimmed off the excess threads before and I have sealed them, and Chotu has used the blue tack and fixed the ends of the strings. Girls love helping me out for this bit, and it's also nice to see everyone getting involved when it comes to celebrating festivals. We have used around 12 flowers to cover up the ceiling of the study, and it's a nice feeling seeing it with colors. Shreya has also helped me in nailing to get a strong string on that will help in further decoration. Now, planning to wear a saree for the festival, and with lots to do on the festival day with cooking and celebrating, pleating up the pallu is a lot helpful than a single pallu. And when it comes to heavy Kanchipuram sarees, it's a real struggle and takes away a lot of time if getting it done on the day. So what I prefer to do is press my sarees beforehand for any occasion. Pressing them, ironing them not only makes them look rich and shiny, but also is a very easy way to drape the saree And also you will look slim than looking fluffy. And whenever you can, you should just sit down for such tasks, in which way you will never complain. And I just love listening to music and working. I fold up the pallu and then pin it up straight away using a pearl, in which way the pin will never get hooked up, leaving a hole in the sari. Pins otherwise do get tangled up in the saris deeply. Just piercing a pearl onto the safety pin is a very easy method to look after your saris for good. Once you get the first pin in, just shake up the pallu, in which way all the pleats will get in place. To pin the next point almost towards the length of my hand, which will make your sari look very neat and the pallu with pleats in place. I place it on my shoulder to check the length and then pin the next one. I don't press it down after pinning as the sari becomes totally flat. I leave it to this point, and very importantly, now fold up the sari with the remaining section, which will eventually turn this way. And then I place the hanger in the center, getting the pallu on, keeping it ready this way, which works really well. Now for both the festivals on both the days, I have these two saris on mind, and you can also see the difference in after the sari is being pressed. The best way to spend time with kids listening to music and getting your job done as well. Pleating up this sari on the festival day will be a big task. Sorting them out and keeping them ready this way is a great time-saving element, and also will help your moods with ease, with less stress, and to enjoy the festival to its fullest. The following day, I thought it would be the right time to set decorating. Remember this sari that I had made at home, linking up the video for you all to have a look at. The sequins will make an excellent backdrop is what I thought. The raw silk fabric adding beautiful look with its texture that I hang up. Saris are the best with its color and size that you can use, that you have at home to match up with your Ganapathi color. I keep the table now and give a good wipe before setting up the puja decoration. This is one of the cloth that I normally use during puja time, and this year we managed to get Ganpathi Bappa all the way from India in our handbag. This box fitted in easily in our handbag, which we made it very safe, and we handled it with great care. The box was properly packed with the right materials from the store where we bought Ganesha. There is so much of joy and happiness in getting Ganapathi Bappa home that instantly we have this strong feeling of getting all our worries and problems vanished for good, and that's why we call from our hearts as Vignaharta Vigneshwara. I placed the electric diyas for safety reasons with lot of fabric used. I'm using this box, which is quite robust, acting like a step down table, perfect enough to keep the rest of the puja items. I cover it up with a cloth from sides, and then I'm using these small sized langa that don't fit my girls anymore. They're so gorgeous with their bright colors and patterns that buying anything equivalent from the decoration item stores is quite heavy on pockets, is what I have realized during my visit to India this year. Instead, we can reuse all that we have at home and create a unique look. So I cut open the langa, which will then open up widely, keeping all the pleats intact, that we can just arrange it on the box, making it look very authentic. And then on top, I cover it up with another fabric, which is brand new, and then I pin it up. The look always builds up with a fresh plant added. This little pita is for Gowri to make Arshina the Gowri, adding in tea lights into the lotus diyas, and all the puja samagri needed in puja thali with haldi kumkum and an aarti stand, garlands and janivara for Ganpathi Bappa, to a few more trays with essentials needed for puja. And now with almost everything ready and everything is in its place, here is my decoration idea. With our Ganapathi Bappa being eco-friendly, made completely out of mud, I wanted to use natural things to decorate and the theme to be natural, wherein again we don't have to be artistic. Simple things like this that anyone can make is what I would love to share. I have created these petals and using gold color pen to outline the sides. And now that I have all the petals ready, Shreya and me have created a lotus for Bappa to be in. And the tray to be like a pond to hold the lotus with Ganapathi Bappa. And I start filling the pond with water and more water, almost 2 kettles full. Nothing in the world can take over the beauty of natural things, isn't it? To give the complete look of a pond, we used these leaves from our very own garden. These elephants were looking quite plain. An easy way to uplift their look is by adding a little shimmery fabric on them that I have cut and sealed with a candlelight. I then use the blue tack to lay the fabric on them. We have lit up our festival lights welcoming Gowri and Ganapathi Bappa home. Hope you all have a very nice festival with all his blessings. If you found this video wholesome and useful, then please consider subscribing to my channel and help me grow.